and to the end user. I'm calling this meeting into order. Please enumerate the members present for the record. Backsec.
Copy po. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 36th online meeting of the DICT Bakwan today, July 13, 2026. We would like to inform everyone pursuant to promote transparency to Section 38 of RA 12009. This meeting will be broadcast live on the DICT's official YouTube channel. Please do visit the Department of ICT Philippines in YouTube. Please be reminded that this meeting is being recorded for the documentation purposes. We would like to acknowledge the presence of our quorum present in the meeting room, starting with the professional member and user, dear Antonio Edward Padre, provisional member, Attorney Andrea Aquino. And this meeting is being presided over the Chairperson Assistant Secretary June Vincent Mamulisco. With that, the BAC Secretariat confirmed the presence of the quorum for today's meeting. With your permission, Mr. Chair, we will now present the scheduled agenda for today. Again po, Mr. Chair, with your permission po, we will now present the scheduled agenda for today.
Backsec, you're quite not clear, Backsec. I hope that you will improve your audio. Seeking approval from the members. Any motion to approve the posted agenda for today?
Morning, Mr. Chair. I move to approve the posted agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Jella. Is there any second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Director Padre. It has been moved and seconded. This agenda is hereby approved. Backsec, please proceed.
Again po, presented on the screen, the scheduled agenda for today, the private conference, supply delivery installation, splicing testing, and acceptance of new fiber optic cable network with a approved budget of 154,280,000 pesos with the end user, dear Dear Antonio Edward E. Padre, for the second agenda, bid opening, supply, and delivery of government emergency communication systems, Phase 3 and 4 mobile operations vehicle for emergency. Sets 3 lots. With the approved budget of the contract, 351,190,700 pesos only, with the name Sir Dear Dennis Morales. Mr. Chair, may we request your permission to admit other representative, prospective bidders, and participants to join this pre-bid meeting po. Thank you.
Please proceed and admit the participants for today's meeting. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, all the participants and prospective bidder are already here. We have 11 prospective bidders who pre-registered for the private conference today. May we request for each prospective bidder, once I call your name, kindly introduce your name and the company you represent. Complex Network and Technology Corp. Again po, may we request for each prospective bidders, once I call your name, kindly introduce your name and the company you represent. Comclark Network and Technology Corp.
I'm Cecil Garcia. I'm from Clark Network and Technology Corp.
Good morning. I'm Regine Filonco from Comclark.
Next po, FREQ IT Solutions.
Hi, good morning. From ONB, Kenneth Competente.
Next po from Telca. Again po from Telca Company. Next po, Smart IT Solutions Inc.
Yeah, Michael from Smart IT Solution.
Again po from Telca Company. Kindly introduce your name and the company you represent po, please. Again, we will get back to you po. Next, Ignite Telecommunications Inc.
Hi, good morning. Charity Radok from Ignite Telecoms.
Morning, Bong Abisino from Ignite Telecoms.
Charles Muscat po from Ignite Telecoms.
Good morning. I'm Jason Darete from Ignite Telecom.
Next po, JBL Builders. Again po, JBL Builders. We will get back to you po as well. Next po, PERRC Inc.
Jean Cruz po from Park Inc.
Next po, One Commerce Corporation.
Good afternoon. My name is Maricar from One Commerce. Thank you.
Good morning, Federico Calderon from One Commerce.
Next po, iPhoenix Corp. Again po, iPhoenix Corp.
Hello po. Good morning po, ma'am. Phoenix po from Phoenix Angelica Ferreira.
Next po, Linfra.
Good morning, I'm Hee-Jung Kim from Linfra Corporation.
Next, Pastel Services Inc.
Morning po, that is Nugget, Fastal Services.
I am Jeffrey Biliona from Pastel Services.
Good morning, this is Virginia Eco from Pastel Services.
Again po from Telca.
Hello, good morning. Arjun Asin from Telcom.
With this po, Mr. Chair, with your permission, we will now proceed on the presentation of the press mat of this project prepared by Back Secretariat.
Good morning, everyone. This is the press mat for this pre-bid conference. The DICT now invites bids for the project, supply, delivery, installation, splicing, testing, and acceptance of brand new fiber optic cable network with bid reference number DICT BAC-2026-047 with an approved budget for the contract of 154,280,000 pesos. Our points of discussion for today are the following: project details, house rules, schedule of activities, instruction to bidders, checklist of technical and financial documents, 2 envelope system and proper sealing and markings, bid data sheet, technical specifications, forms, post-qualification documents, and the reminders to bidders. For the project details, the invitation to bid for the project was posted on June 30, 2026 on the following: MPhilJobs website, the ICT website, e-procurement website, the ICT e-bulletin board, the ICT official Facebook page. And our invitation to observers for this rescheduled pre-bid conference were sent on July 8, 2026 to the following: the Commission on Audit, Chief Information Officers Forum Foundation Inc., Institute of Electronic Engineers of the Philippines Inc., and the Philippine Computer Society. However, no one is able to attend this conference. The provisional member and user representative to the DICT BAC1 for this project is Director Antonio Edward E. Padre. And our prospective bidders which registered for today's pre-bid conference are the following: Comclark Network and Technology Corp., Freak IT Solutions, Telca, Smart IT Solutions Inc., Ignite Telecommunications Inc., JBL Builders, PERRC Inc., One Commerce International Corporation, iPhoenix Corp., Linfra, and Pastel Services Inc. For the house rules, everyone is encouraged to make clarifications, identify name and company before raising a question, and limit questions to details of the procurement at hand. The DICT BAC shall award a contract to the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid, or DLCRB. For the bidding requirements, the bidding for the project shall be governed by all the provisions of RA 12009. Any amendments made to the IRR and other GPPB issuances shall be applicable only to the ongoing posting, advertisement, or IB by the BAC through the issuance of a supplemental or bid bulletin. The bidder, by act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have verified and accepted the general requirements of this project, including other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of the contract, project, or work, and examine all instructions, forms, terms, and project requirements in the bidding documents. For corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices, the procuring entity, as well as the bidders and suppliers, shall observe the highest standard of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. They, or through an agent, shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, coercive, and obstructive practices defined under RA 12009 or other integrity violations in competing for the project. For conflict of interest, all bidders found to have conflicting interests shall be disqualified to participate in the procurement at hand without prejudice to the imposition of appropriate administrative, civil, and criminal sanctions. All bidding documents shall be accompanied by an omnibus sworn statement of the bidder that is not related by consanguinity or affinity up to the third level to the HOPE, procurement agent if engaged, the head of the project management office, the end user or implementing unit, or any members of the BAC technical working group and BAC secretariat. The bidder shall also disclose the ultimate beneficial ownership of an entity. Failure to comply shall be a ground for the automatic disqualification of the bid in consonance with Section 59 of the IRR. For eligible bidders, only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership limited to those allowed under the rules may participate in this project. OCCs may be eligible to participate only if they can establish that they are legally and financially autonomous, operate under commercial law, and are not attached agencies of the procuring entity. The bidder must have completed within a period of 5 years from the submission of the bid, unless a shorter period is indicated in the invitation to bid and BDS. a single largest completed contract or SLCC that is similar to the procurement project to be bid and whose value must be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC adjusted to current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA consumer price indices. The bidder must submit a computation of its net financial contracting capacity or the NFCC, which must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. Subcontracting is not allowed. For clarification and amendment of bidding documents, requests for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat at bac.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. And our deadline for the request for clarification is on July 17, 2026 at 4 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PhilJobs website, the DICT website, and e-bulletin board at the DICT lobby. For the language of bids, the eligibility requirements...
Backsec, sorry to cut you off. I have a message that I need access to the documents. Thank you. Please pause until I do have the access. Thank you.
Duly noted, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, we would like to confirm if you have already the access po for the documents. Again po, Mr. Chair, we would like to confirm po if you have already the access po of the procurement documents.
No. Please proceed. I have access, and please, moving forward, give us access prior. Thank you.
Duly noted po, ASEC, and apologies po. To continue, for contracting parties to the Apostle Convention, the document shall be authenticated through an apostle by the competent authority as defined by in section 20.9.2 of the IRR, except for countries identified by the DFA that will still require legalization red ribbon by the relevant embassy or consulate. For contracting parties to the Apostille Convention, the document shall be authenticated through an apostille by the competent authority as defined in section 20.9.2 of the IRR, except for countries identified by the DFA that will still require legalization red ribbon by the relevant embassy or consulate. For the technical component envelope, this will be composed of the following: PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership, statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract similar to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided for in section 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009 with the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. Any of the following documents must be submitted together with the statement of single largest completed contract, A, end user's acceptance, B, official receipt, and C, sales invoice for the contract. And the NFCC computation or committed line of credit or the LOC, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And if applicable, JVA, or in the absence of a JVA, duly notarized statements from all potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. And original copy of bid security, if in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. And note, bidders who opt to submit a bid securing declaration as a form of bid security are required to use the bid securing declaration form in the attached bidding documents. Next is the schedule of requirements and the technical specifications, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, or after-sales service or parts if applicable. And then the original duly signed omnibus sworn statement or DOSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. And for foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, a certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in their government procurement activities for the same item or product. For the financial documents envelope, an original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule, and certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or the domestic entity. For bid and payment currency, payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine peso. Bid price, use the proper form for goods offered from within the Philippines or goods offered from abroad in indicating price schedule. Bid validity, bids shall remain valid for the period specified in the BDS, which shall not exceed 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. Bid security, all bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in the BDS. For the format and signing of bids, bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the appropriate forms provided in Section 8, Philippine Bidding Document Related Forms, on or before the deadline specified in ITB Clause 19 in two separate sealed bid envelopes. Forms as mentioned in ITB Clause 17.1 must be completed without any alterations to their format. No substitute form shall be accepted. Each and every page of the bid form, including the price schedule under Section 8, shall be signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Failure to do so shall be a ground for the rejection of the bid. Any insertions, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. For the sealing and marking of bids, bidders are to submit a mother envelope, which composed of two separate envelopes. These are the technical component envelope and the financial component envelope. Inside the technical component envelope are three separate envelopes labeled as the original copy, duplicate copy, triplicate copy. Same with the financial component, labeled as original copy, duplicate copy, and triplicate copy. For the label on the folder to be indicated, to Department of Information and Communications Technology from name of the bidder in capital letters, address of the bidder in capital letters, and indicate the name of the project, which is supply, delivery, installation, splicing, testing, and acceptance of brand new fiber optic cable network with bid reference number DICT BAC-2026-047. And include also in capital letters the phrase "Do not open before July 27, 2026, 10:30 a.m." 4 copies. Each bidder shall submit 1 original and 2 copies of the required documents. And the deadline for submission of bids is on July 27, 2026 at 9 a.m. And the opening of bids is on the same date, July 27, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. For the bid evaluation, reminding bidders to kindly break down all the cost of taxes pursuant to Section 61.2.2 IRR of RA 12009 to bid. All bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as but not limited to value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties, which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. Members of the BAC, its staff and personnel, secretariat, and TWG, as well as observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BAC, through its secretariat, may ask the bidder in writing for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. For the opening and preliminary examination of bids, the manner of opening of bids for goods shall depend on the award criterion to be adopted. For LCRB and MARB, the BAC shall open the technical and financial proposals on the same day. Contracts similar to the project must involve the supply, delivery, installation, and commissioning of an FOC or fiber optic cable network. Should have been completed within the last 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids, and whose value is at least 50% of the ABC. The bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amount. For the form of bid security, a bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit and surety bond with an amount of 7,714,000 pesos. For the post-qualification documents, the bidder within 5 calendar days from receipt of notice from the BAC that it submitted the LCB shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting the PhilJIP Certificate of Registration, Platinum Membership, its latest income and business tax returns files for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the BDS. For the forms, we have the following: schedule of requirements, technical specifications, bid form, price schedule for goods offered from abroad, price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines, bid securing declaration, omnibus warrant statement, and performance securing declaration. Here are the forms. And the reminders to bidders. The clock at the 19th floor, Studio 7, using the Philippine Standard Time, is the official reference time during submission and receipt of bids. A member of the BAC Secretariat will be assigned to receive the bid documents at the 19th floor, Studio 7 lobby, and shall stamp these as received. Bidders are reminded that entry inside the DICT premises is subject to the safety in place and processing of payment for the bidding documents prior to the submission of the actual bid offer may take time. Presence in the DICT premises does not constitute submission on time, which shall refer to the actual handover of the bid proposal to the authorized personnel of the BAC Secretariat. Again, for the clarification, should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the back secretariat with an email back.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. And our deadline for request for clarification is on July 17, 2026 at 4 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the MPhilJobs website, the DICT website, DICT social media platform, and e-bulletin board at the DICT lobby. For the common causes of ineligibility and disqualification, an invalid PhilJob certification and underlying supporting documents pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR 812-009, all Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the PhilJob's registration certificate, platinum membership must be current, valid, and updated at the time of bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update his certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their PhilJobs registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. Failure to attach the required supporting documents for the statement of single largest completed contract, similar to the project to be bid, and failure to include all the mandatory provisions. Submission of unsigned documents. Submission of audited financial statement without stamp receipt of the BIR. If an AFS was filed and paid through electronic filing and payment system or the EFPS, there is no need for the stamp receipt of the BIR. Instead, bidders must submit their proof of AFS e-submission, that is BIR's email confirmation receipt of returns documents with its filing reference number or transaction code. Failure to submit the bid securing declaration in the prescribed format attached in the bidding documents. Failure to submit bid securing declaration and the omnibus sworn statement without age or rat as required in the form provided in the bidding documents pursuant to the latest rules on notarial practice. Failure to indicate compliance in the technical specifications and to attach proof of compliance if applicable. For submission of bids through courier service, bidders are reminded that the courier service personnel must submit the bid proposal to a personnel of the Back Secretariat Division at the office address provided below. Bid submission or proposal left by the courier service personnel at the lobby guard or any other personnel or staff aside from the authorized Back Secretariat personnel will not be considered submitted. For purposes of the bid opening, the responsibility to ensure that the courier service personnel submits the bid proposal to the authorized PAC Secretariat personnel is the sole responsibility of the prospective bidder. For the e-procurement video guide for the bidders, we will play a short video.
Accessing the e-procurement website. Open any web browser and go the https://eprocurement.dict.gov.ph. Click the Sign Up button. Provide a valid email address. Create a password with at least 8 alphanumeric characters, 1 uppercase, a number, and a symbol. Repeat your password for confirmation. Tick the checkbox to agree to the terms and conditions, and click Create Account button. Open the email account that you provided during registration, check your inbox, and verify your account by following the instructions in the email. Click Activate Your Account button. Go back to the e-procurement system and enter your registered email address and password. Click Login button, and you will be redirected to the onboarding page. Input your personal information and click Next button. Input your company information and click Next button. Review the information you provided and click Confirm button. Once onboarded, you will be redirected to the homepage/dashboard. Select the procurement project you wish to participate in by clicking the View Complete Details button. Select the lot you wish to participate and click Participate in Bidding button. A confirmation modal will appear. Review the details, click the Confirm button, and you will be redirected to the payment window. Select your preferred payment method from the list and click Pay Now button. Print and save the receipt as proof of payment and for reference. You may also check your email to view your receipt. Click the Go Back to Merchant button. You will be redirected to the My Transactions page, where a list of your transactions will be displayed.
Mr. Chair, and to the back members and to the prospective readers, that's all po for the presentation on the previous conference materials. Thank you po.
Mr. Chair, may we respectfully seek your guidance on whether to proceed with the detailed reading of the technical specifications, considering that this is posted on SILJET's and the ACT websites, or to dispense with it and proceed on the questions and answers for this project. Mr. Chair, again po, may we respectfully seek your guidance on whether to proceed with the detailed reading of the technical specifications, considering that this is posted on PhilJIP's and the ICT websites, or to dispense with it and proceed on the questions and answers for this project.
Let's dispense with it and go directly to the questions. And Backsec, please navigate the questions, and end user, please take note of the questions and please answer them directly. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, the floor is now open if the bidders have questions or clarifications with regard to the presented project. For our participants, if you have questions you'd like to raise, kindly use the raise your hand button and we will call you one by one. Once called, kindly introduce yourself and mention the company you represent. Thank you. You're acknowledged po, Mr. Cesar.
Good morning po. So Cesar Abisina from Ignite Telecoms. Just would like to inquire on if we or the bidders can have a network reference diagram with respect to the equipment that will be established as part of the bid.
End user, please.
Hello, good morning. This is Venus Rivera from the Applying Engineering of NBP. Sir, we have already provided the coordinates on the tour, I believe, and the bidders can all already plot the routes accordingly. So we don't provide the network diagram.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm referring to the ICT equipment. that was stated, meron dong nakalagay na mga network equipment, say from the say provincial capital going all to the remaining different sites. So may reference diagram po ba with respect to the equipment that will be established?
Okay. We will provide the a single line diagram or layout inside the pop room. So yun po yung bibigay namin. Now with respect to the the routes papunta sa mga beneficiaries, nandun na po sa may coordinates naman po. Well, of course, dun po sa loob ng room, we will provide layout po. Proposed layout po. Thank you.
Sorry,
Ms.
ma'am.
Venus, may we request po to flash po the technical specification po.
Again?
May we request flash yung technical specifications. Thank you po.
Mr. Chair, if I may. May we request Mr. Cesar po to identify this specific provision po under the technical specifications? Thank you po.
Yes, ma'am. I'm referring po dito sa nakalagay nito. Let's say may ICT equipment na described. So merong from POP and then merong access switch na kailangan nakakabit on the beneficiary side. So kumbaga parang there is a requirement to interconnect one beneficiary site going to the POP. But hindi clear, at least from the bid document, kung ano ang kanilang dapat na connectivity. Reason we're asking is yun kasi yung magiging reference as I understand ng acceptance later on. So yun yung susundin dapat nung bidders on how to establish yung connectivity aside from the fiber optic. So pag na-establish na yung fiber optic cable, then ikakabit yun dun sa ICT equipment stated here. And then that ICT equipment needs to see, let's say from beneficiary side going to the POP, ano ang magiging reference ni bidder on how to interconnect them and test them later on for acceptance.
Yes, sir. We will provide the diagram. So specifically, yung pong mga access network or access switches na nasa beneficiaries is just will serve as like a converter lang po kasi yung ibang beneficiaries natin may mga LAN equipment sila na hindi capable ng uplink for optical. So yun lang po yung gamit nung yung access switch natin doon sa side ng beneficiary. We will provide the diagram po.
Thank
Kung
you
hindi
po.
naka-attach po dito sa tour namin.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your acknowledge po, Mr. Joel Alermo.
Good morning, ma'am, from NBP, PNE team. I just want to add some information regarding the question of the bidder. Basically, sir, yung layer 3 switch na you're supposed to install sa POP will be provided po with connectivity from the ICT node. And then from your layer 3 switch, you will be required to connect it to each of the agencies via point-to-point. Clarify ko po, hindi po ito GPON. Point-to-point po siya. Meaning, ang connectivity nyo from each port, from layer 3 switch down to the layer 2 switch po ng agency, dedicated po yung fiber natin. So I hope nag-provide po ng additional information.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Is there any other questions po from the bidders? Again po, for the final call, is there any other questions po from the big bidders? Yes po, Sir Cesar, you're acknowledged.
Good morning po ulit. Sorry, would it be possible po to get a KMZ equivalent ng mga annex ng maps? Like yung Annex F, pwede po bang makakuha kasi medyo mahirap makita from the document. Yung KMZ equivalent po sana kung po pwede. Thank you.
Hello. Sorry, we will not provide the KMZ. As I've said, nandun yung coordinates. Kayang-kaya yung i-plot yan sa Google Earth to get the KMZ po. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is there any other questions po from the bidders?
Going once, going twice. Any more questions? Okay, I think there are no more questions. Backsec, go ahead and please proceed with the further instructions.
Again po, to reiterate the reminders to the bidders, request for clarification should be formalized, address and email to the back secretariat, back.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. For the deadline for the request for clarification is on July 7, 2020, July 17, apologies po, July 17, 2026 at 4 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the MJEP's website, the DICT website, and DICT social media platform, ME Bulletin Board at the DICT lobby. That would be all po for the back secretariat, Mr. Chair. Considering po that there are no matters on this agenda, you may now suspend as the second agenda will start at 1:30 p.m. po.
Thank you to the prospective bidders. Maraming salamat for always helping and assisting the ICT with its projects. I hope that you will bid out and you will follow the instructions. And I hope that the end user will be able to post a supplemental bid bulletin as soon as possible. Thank you very much, back members. I am soliciting a motion to suspend and resume at 1 p.m. this afternoon.
Mr. Chair, I move to suspend the current proceeding and to resume at 1:30 this afternoon.
Thank you, Attorney Drella. Is there any second?
Second the motion, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Padre, Attorney Drella. The motion is carried. Let's see each other this afternoon. Again, to all the prospective bidders, maraming salamat. Backsec and to the members. Thank you.
Thank you po everyone.